Hey guys, Matt here. As requested in one of my videos in the comments, I'm going to make a guide today on how to solo Nex. This is the top difficulty in PVM as far as things are concerned right now, as Calfight King is not released yet. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to cycle through the kill and overlay voice during important parts of the kill where it's vital that you understand what's going on. I am going to use the ice spots for the purposes of this video, but it is easily possible without them. Enjoy! As I speed up the gearing for this kill, there will be a graphic in the top left showing my 3 action bars that I use, my worn equipment, and my inventory setup. Keep in mind that all shield ultimates will be used by manually clicking them out of the ability book, and I have a yak summon that is filled with rocktails. Before the kill starts, I will always attack Fomis. I will have my royal crossbow on, making sure I only use mage abilities so that when I attack Nex, my range abilities are not cooling down. This is not necessary in teams, but it helps a lot in solo, especially when you can rapid fire Nex right at the start, speeding up the first phase tremendously. First phase is quite easy and can be done very quickly. The object is to get it done as fast as possible so that she doesn't throw you around a lot with the magical drag. In this particular solo, I nearly have her onto the minion before she does the first no escape attack. If you get thrown around and damaged a lot, I recommend switching to mage to heal up with shield abilities just so you don't run out of rocktails later on. Once she calls Fomis, use rapid fire if you can on the minion, which will very nearly kill it, and then use basics and possibly snapshot to finish off Fomis. Then tag Nex into the shadow phase. As you can see, at the very start of this shadow phase, she turned on range protection immediately. I decided to mage the rest of the phase, but you can actually melee it by hitting Nex and running back after using each ability. It is best to not use combo attacks, but with a bit of timing you can. During this phase, you will see that I run under Nex at one point to see what direction she goes, and I see that she goes south. Keep this in mind for the blood phase later on. Throughout the entire duration of the shadow phase, if you are maging and use resonance, be sure to turn off your range prayer so that it hits you for the full amount and heals you the maximum amount you can. When Nex calls Umbra, I switch to my royal crossbow but not the range helm since she tends to run up to you and melee you if you do. One rapid fire and a few other abilities is enough to take down the minion. Setting up Nex before the blood phase is vital to success. After the shadow minion is dead, you will see that I again check, just to see which direction Nex is going to walk when I walk under her. She goes south, this means that I'm going to do the blood phase on the south wall. The reason you need to do this is because the Reavers can only spawn within a certain distance away, and if she isn't against a wall or close to one, she will spawn Blood Reavers on a section of the bridge that you can't reach without running a fair distance, and your Steel Titan cannot reach them either. Once she is on the wall of choice, you do this by walking her, finish preparing for the phase by overloading, putting on my range helm, dismissing my yak, and finally summoning the Steel Titan. Time for the blood phase. This is where luck comes into the kill. If the Reavers are too close, your Titan may melee them and you will fail the blood phase. It is the reason I prefer to start off by ranging the blood phase so I can do a bit of damage to Nex while ensuring both of the Reavers die. I can stand away from Nex, call my Titan, and that way it'll range them instead of meleeing them. When she turns on protection from range, I switch back to melee and go ape shit on her, using the Berserk ultimate and finishing her off in 2 siphons. You must be very quick and do many things at once. Make sure you are not missing any chances to use abilities, constantly using the Steel Titan special, drinking Summoning Flask if your Titan is out of energy, and also eating and even picking up the dropped food from your yak if necessary so you don't die. When Nex calls Cruor, sometimes it is smart to switch to your shield and use some shield abilities to get your adrenaline up as well as healing. Once again, 1 rapid fire and a few other abilities is enough to down the minion. If you do switch to your shield and use shield abilities before killing Cruor, just remember that it might be wise to take off your prayer before using Resonance. She will heal you much more than she would if you did not. The ice phase is pretty straightforward. There are a few spots you can stand and use freedom to run out of the prisons, or use anticipation before she prisons and run out without using freedom. These are shown in the video, but I won't go over them heavily. If you do not want to use these spots, use a combination of the 3 shield ultimate abilities, Immortality, Barricade, and Rejuvenate, to survive the prisons. You should be able to use 1 ultimate per time she prisons. I prefer to mage this phase, but you can range and get it done quickly. If she shouts contain this, continue to attack her, else she might run forward and try to melee you and then hit you with the attack. When she calls for the minion, get full adrenaline and wait for her to prison you, assuming you are using the ice spots. Run out of the prison and get into range gear while running to Glacies. If Nex is maging you as you run to Glacies, use basic abilities until she shouts contain this, and then do what you can to avoid the attack. Once it is avoided, use rapid fire on the minion and quickly get full adrenaline, and then use anticipation. Then switch to your mage gear and use barricade to prevent the prison attack from hitting. Finish off Glacies if necessary, then tag her into the Zaros phase. If she runs after you trying to melee while running to Glacies, then start off by using rapid fire on Glacies and then basics. You should be able to kill Glacies and tag Nex before she prisons you again. If not, do the same thing. Use anticipation, switch to your shield, and then barricade. Once the prison has been avoided, switch to your bow and finish off Glacies, and tag Nex. The Zaros phase is very straightforward as well. All you have to do is stay melee distance to Nyx and keep attacking her with Mage while using a combination of Resonance, Preparation, Immortality, and Rejuvenate so that you can stay alive. It is best to use Resonance when she is soul splitting and turn your prayer off so that if she does Mage, she hits high and does not heal what she hits. Mage is the easiest style to use against her on the last phase, but not the fastest. Both melee and range speed up the kill by a lot, but can be risky to use if you are low food. With Void, it is quite difficult to do the whole Zaros phase with no food, even while maging.
Remember the dream? I haven't.
If I missed anything, be sure to leave a comment letting me know what it is. Don't expect to do this on your first try, as it will take some time to get used to doing the blood phase and managing many things at once. I did make one mistake while making this video, and that was I forgot to put on my range helm when I started the blood phase. Oh well, I still made it. Hope everyone enjoyed. See you next time.